FisherMN, the jackhammer. Maybe that's why it's called the jackhammer. Good morning, everybody. Mike from FisherMN here. We are out early. It's early in the season and I'm loving it. Going to a familiar place, looking for some big fish today. My buddy Paul was out in this area yesterday and they got some nice frog bass. So I'm looking for that topwater bite, but I'm gonna take whatever the lake gives me. Something I need to do a better job on the channel of is reminding you, give a thumbs up to the video. It really helps to kind of push it out there in YouTube land. Let's keep it simple today. Let's go fishing. Made it to the lake. This time of the year it's really hard to beat the sun coming up. I think we just maybe tied it today. So getting ready to get on the water. Got 3 rods with me today. Frog rod, bladed jig rod slash buzzbait rod, and jig rod. I think that's all we're gonna need. Let's get out on that lake and catch some big ones. Interesting to see how the fishing is with all the rain we've had. It's been cold. Today it's finally warming up. Got that kind of cool mugginess this morning. There's a chance at some thunderstorms, but the weather report looked pretty good, at least until midday. Got a bird interested in my frog. Not quite what we're looking for. Starting out, I got a Daiwa Zillion 8.5 gear ratio reel, custom frog rod, St. Croix Legend Extreme, 7 foot, medium heavy. And if you watch the channel, you know what I'm throwing. Booyah Pad Crasher. The reason I like to get to this lake early is because it's a pressured lake. It's not like an unknown lake. And I feel like sometimes it's good to get out here at a time when there aren't a lot of people. Some of the big fish sometimes set their patterns around certain times of the day. And you know what? I've had some good luck early in the morning. Love fishing the scattered pads on this lake. Pulled some big fish just off of these little areas that have pads. Making some long casts. There we go. Kind of slowed it down just a little bit. First fish of the day. A chunker. There we go. Frog bass. Nice to get one right away. Good booyah pad crasher hooks. He wasn't going anywhere. There we go. Nice couple pounder. I had seen something splashing around in there from a distance, so I thought, oh, maybe I'll go over and make a cast or two. There you go. Let's see if there's another one hunting back in there. Every trip I forget something. Today it was my gloves. I'll get smart later in the summer and keep an extra pair. It's hard after catching a fish to there we go. I saw another fish in there. Whew. Not a monster, but I almost pulled the rod out of my hand. Another chunker. There we go. We'll slowly work our way up today. Alright, got some feeding. Yeah, I saw kind of a wake underneath that tree. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to flip in there. This guy hammered it. Alright, fish number 2. Alright, this is definitely a favorite shore. So we're going to run and gun this shore. I got an area last year that became a favorite area, and I don't fish it early very often, so I'm going to try it early today. But if a 5-pounder wants to stop us on the way, that's fine too. Saw something jumping out there. Little guy. Future 20 inchers, we say. I saw something come up out there and threw it out there. Good to know that open water fish could be had. For now, that shore, not much. All right, we have arrived. One more over here at our reed island. Kind of like the shore, it looks like right along the reeds there's some open space for fish. Kind of choked out otherwise. If you've watched my channel, you notice that sometimes I'll throw into the top of the reeds and let it fall out, and that's when they smash it. Alright, frog, we'll come back to you. However, as it thins out with weeds, try a couple chatterbait. I felt a bump, and a bump. Now we got a northern. Now we lost our northern. There we go, that's a bass. That's a bigger one. There we go. All right, jump in that net. Got to cast in a little further. And there we go. We got a big guy. Those good jackhammer hooks. Nice fish. 18 and a half. A little over 18 and a half. Beautiful fish. 3 pounds, 10 ounces. Nice fish. Heading up towards that 4. Yeah, that fish just kind of smoked that. Got in pretty close there. No luck with the frog, but maybe they're looking for things that are swimming, not hopping. There's the fish. What do we got? Oh, didn't start up feeling like a northern. Oh, we'll net him. Just dump him right out. I had a little peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some water, so I took a little break. First cast after the break, caught a fish. And the camera's on. Sometimes I forget to turn the camera on, which is a problem for a YouTube channel because most of the time, in fact all the time, you want the camera to be running. Something just came up right over there. Didn't look like a monster, but you never know. Do a cast over here and then we'll maybe throw the frog in there. That one come up over there. We got a northern? Oh yeah. Hit it right by the boat. And I'm noticing a little more action coming up on this channel here. Get him off quick. Big fat belly, he's eating something. There we go. What do we got? Pulling like a northern, because it is a northern. Whew. Kind of glad he didn't take my frog all the way, if that's what was chasing it. Alright, lots of these guys today. Love the action. Nice chunky northerns. There we go. Play a game. Take a sip of Mountain Dew every time I say chunky northern today. We got a kind of a wind-blown channel here. It's kind of shallow in the middle, so those northerns are just waiting for things to be blown over. There we go. Man, that's fun. Kind of knowing that they're there. And where there's northerns, there's got to be some bass. What do we got here? Another one hooked right in the snout. Had a time last year, I remember too, probably about the same time of the year, where the northerns were just stacked up over here. Just fun as they're getting into summer fishing and you can just feel something smash your lure. Just throwing it to the shallow and then reeling it so I can just feel it bumping the tops of the weeds. A lot of times right after it hits the top of the weed, that's when you're going to get your fish. There we go. You can tell by the way the line's moving. Usually you can tell. Those northerns just pull and pull and pull. And the big bass do too. I could have sworn this was a northern, but we got a big old bass. There we go. All right. Just when you think you got it figured out and you think you have a northern, you get a big old bass like that. Nice fish. Woo! 18 3/4. 18 3/4 inch bass. All right. Another 3 pounds, 10 ounces. All right. So my experience on this lake is when you get the right wind coming through this channel, plus early in the season, because I feel like, I don't know if it gets fished out or the fish move out further, but if you get the right day, you're going to catch a bunch of them in here, and so far so good. See what else is lurking. Just kind of slowly working my way across here. A couple of northerns and that big bass so far. On this setup, I've got Mojo Yak Rod medium heavy from St. Croix. I've got a Daiwa Steez reel 8.1 gear ratio. I've got 40 pound. Oh, there we go. Be a bass. Well, it's a bass. Man, it felt like a 5-pounder. It's a nice one though. Alright. Found where some chunkers are. So it's going to be shorter, but I bet it's over 3 pounds. Look at that tank. Got to figure out my scale, but you know what? Another 3-pounder. 17 3/4. 17 3/4. Fat fish. Beautiful. Alright, sometimes it's good to take a minute to reset. I'm going to circle all the way back around and see if I can get a better angle, like where I was fishing before. So this pattern is about as basic as you get. You got an area between two bodies of water or two parts of the lake, and there's a wind coming through, and we're on the downwind side, and it seems like the fish are just sitting right on top of the shallow area or ambushing just over the shallow area. All right, we got that breeze cranking up again. That seemed to be a big help to kind of turn the fish on. Oh, there we go. Wow. Just in the snout. Let's see if we can get this guy in. I feel like they pull so hard, but I forget this is actually, I think it's I said a Mojo Yak medium heavy rod. It's actually a medium rod. There's a fish. Pulling me a little bit. I don't know if it's weeds or what. Oh, looks like a bass. Oh my goodness. Got a big old bass. Hello. Oh, wow. This might, I don't think it's gonna go 5, but that is a short, stocky, fat 4-pounder for sure. Wow. £4 pounds, 3 ounces. 18 1/4. How about that? 18 1/4 and over 4 pounds. Look at that gut. All right, thank you, fish. Maybe we got a couple of big guys hanging out here. The nice thing is we didn't get blown over our spot. We can get right back to it. I started out thinking this kind of channel area where the water is blowing through was going to be just a northern area, just to get some action in the boat. But man, it's been great for bass. Makes sense. If there's one, there's probably the other because they're feeding. There we go. That one agreed. Looks like a northern. Just for reference purposes, let's see if we can measure this guy. See what kind of northerns we're dealing with today. Yeah, this one's 26. So when you're getting up towards 30 on the northerns, that's a decent size. That's kind of an average size, mid-20s. Good to turn and look that way because those clouds don't look exactly happy. Probably time to check the weather. Man, I was facing the same way for so long I didn't even look over my shoulder. Always be careful on the water. Forward to the limit, cutting my day short because bum 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 bum. Very dangerous clouds over there. Well, what a great day of fishing. Got some big fish in the boat. Finally figured out a little bit of a pattern in between the two sections of the lake. Got a walleye, got a bunch of northerns. That's a great day in my book. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.